Okay, what we're doing today is a water pipe heat cable. And what's going on is that my water going to the kitchen comes from the main part of the house. And this house was remodeled not too long ago. And the plumber ran the water for the sink in the kitchen through the wall outside. And as you can see, it's exposed to the elements. You put a little bit of insulation, and then through that wall, which is just a hole, we're still exposed to the elements of the cold weather, and that's the wrapping they did on the pipe. So just want to show you how poorly of a job contractors, not all, but this one, did on wrapping these water pipes. So I'm gonna undo all this and I'll show you, not step by step, but you know, as I progress, I'll show you videos of what I'm doing. So I just wanted to show you what I'm working with. Last night they froze and hopefully they didn't break, but today we're gonna undo everything and put that electric cable to keep the pipes warm from freezing. So first thing, I'm going to remove all this insulation, expose everything, and then I'm going to run the pipes. The cable, I mean. Okay, once again, this is what I'll be using. And what it is one end has an extension cord, and this one will have a light, a built-in power indicator. And this end, this portion of this will have to stay in contact with your pipe, and when it reaches a certain degree, it'll make this black cable that you're going to attach to the pipe heat up, and that's what keeps your pipes from freezing. The other end, you cannot connect another cable to this, so they sell these in different lengths. So I got, I think, one of the biggest ones, 27 to 31 feet, because I have well, as you saw in the video, the section I got to go through. So now I'm going to run it up against the pipe, and I'm going to wrap it. Well, it's going to go along the length of the pipe, you'll see, but I wanted to show you what it is that I'm using, which is that right there, and that's what it looks like. It is kind of flat, but kind of wide. Just imagine two electric cables going side by side. It's flat enough to get it through. The wall, I have enough space, because this is the part that I gotta go through the wall with. Make sure this portion fits. This will be on the pipe, but I gotta have this inside the house so I can have access to an outlet. Let me run it and then I'll show you again. I want to show you what I've done. This is my cold water coming out of the house, out of the basement, and I don't know if you can see that sensor is touching the cable. That's per the instructions. There's a little black sensor there, and then I wrapped it around with electrical tape, ran it through that hole, continue all the way to the other end. I had enough to come back, and I also got my hot water, and I have enough to wrap some of my sewage water, my return. Now what I'm gonna do is attach these all three together like that and put insulation. I'm gonna attach them as much as I can. I have this plugged up already, and it is warm. You keep your hand there and you can really see that it is going to make a difference. So let me show you what it looks like from in here. This is a really terrible plumbing job they did here, but it looks like it's old plumbing job. Look at this return, how it warps. So I could tell you right here, there's probably water sitting in here. So look at all these loose. So this is my hot water. I put a 30-footer in here, so I had enough to go with my cold water, which is that one coming through here, goes, wraps. This is my cold, comes, wraps. This is the first one I did. And then when I got up to the top, I just ran the cable across and brought it back down. Ran that cable across, run it back down with my hot water. And it goes back out to where I was just now. Now what I'm gonna do here is zip tie these because there's some type of flex. Zip tie as much as I can and then wrap it with insulation. So that's my next step. Zip tie it so that these cables, and I left them like that so they make contact with the return and keep that from freezing like that. So now that serves two purposes. And since I have it on both sides, we should have no problem. So let me zip tie all this together and then I'll show you my next step. So this is what I got working. This is the only insulation I have that will fit the 3 pipes that I put the heater cable on. So I had this, it's 25 feet. One section I need is about 5 feet. So I cut it and it has this inside, which I don't need. What I need is the insulation there, but it's not cut in the middle. So let me show you what I'm gonna do to make a slit in the middle so I can wrap the pipe. I have this board they got left over from a job, and I'm just gonna slide it in there. Get me a utility knife and just find where your edge of the board is. Press kind of hard and run it all the way through. This way I can use this to wrap my pipe that's in the 3 pipes now that they're zip tied together. Just makes it a lot wider. There you go. Now, when I wrap this around, I will be using some AC tape. I don't know what it's called, but you'll see what it is. But I just want to show you how I cut this, since this does not have a slit. And I don't need that portion because there's no insulation in it. There's nothing purpose for it. I needed this, and this is where I could use this. Now I could take this, wrap it around the pipes, and they'll be insulated. So I'll show you when that one's done. Okay, so here I wrapped it with the pink insulation first and just zip tied it. It overlapped because it is a little bit bigger than it should, but it's going in perfect. Now I have the aluminum, well, just the outside. Now I'll do the same thing with that. And this is the tape I was telling you I was going to use. This is used for air conditioning tape, but I'll use it for here. So I can finish wrapping this. And then going into the hole there, I don't want to use the foam. So once I finish wrapping it here, I want to stuff it with more of that insulation. I'll probably do that now before I wrap this up. So let me set you back here and give you a view of me wrapping this one. So you can see how I'm working this. See if I can get you a closer view. All right. First, I'm gonna use some of this and the corner over here. Put this back some. Like I say, insulation shouldn't be stuffed, but at this portion I'd have no choice. I'll stuff it in the wall. I don't want to use foam in the event that I have to run another cable or redo these plumbings in the future. So I'm just going to stuff the hole with insulation like that. Now, this might be just a little bit too long. So I'm just going to fold it side to each other. back with that tape and make a real good seal. You work with what you got. Sometimes you can't walk into the store and expect them to have exactly what you need. Cable and this insulation. Hopefully, I'll have to do this again. All right, now give me some of this tape. And this I can do by sections. This I think is just to prevent air getting into there. Do everything possible. You have to do this twice. All right, let me show you. I'm gonna cut tips of those zip ties. I, for one, don't like seeing the tips like that. All right, so like I said here, I didn't want to fill it up with foam. I stuffed it in with more of that insulation. It's wrapped, keep air from going in, and it's all the way into the wall. So that pretty much does it on this project, on this thing here. Now I'm just gonna repeat the same thing underneath here. that I got to do the same thing. This is underneath the kitchen. Once again, this is the plumbing for the kitchen, so I'll do the same thing all through here and going up. I hope this helped. I'm not a professional, but at least you have an idea if you do get a contractor or you decide to do it yourself, the one other ways to do this. Thanks for watching. Hope this helps. And this is once again to keep from your pipe freezing in this cold weather. Thanks for watching. All right, I'd like to show you one more time. So here's the water pipe, all insulated. What I did in the corner here, I put some of that insulation around the pipe, each one, because here they're not together, they're separate. So each pipe has its own insulation. And then I just grabbed some of the R15 to get this corner here and just taped it with that duct tape. So hopefully this will prevent from freezing up that heated cable and then this insulation. So this is the finished product. This is a crawl space underneath my kitchen, and this is how they designed the water to come into my sink, which I think they thought it was the easiest and best way to do it, but now I just have to come behind them and fix it. So hopefully this video helps you on determining how to prevent your pipes from freezing. And have any questions, comments, please let me know. And once again, thanks for watching.